Hello everybody, welcome to All Sports Weekly episode 16. I am Trevor and with me this week I have Luke. Hey mate.
How you going, bud?
I'm good, yourself?
Oh yeah, good. Glad to be here.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, excited.
A lot to talk about, mate.
There is.
I'm looking at the run sheet. It's packed.
It looks like we've got our work cut out for us.
It's going to be a hustle to get through it, but yeah, there's heaps happening in my opinion this week in sports, so we're going to get into it.
It sort of feels like sports kind of returning to normality a little bit with the whole global situation.
I felt that way watching the fight, which we'll talk about in a second. There was I think 73,000 there.
There was, yeah.
Whether you could argue that
in the
States, big super spreader event, no doubt. How many of them had COVID? Oh, mate, who knows? But that's God love America.
Yeah.
But anyway,
freedom.
Guys, we're on YouTube, as you know. If you're watching the video, please like the video, subscribe, that kind of thing. That'd be great. You can also get us on SoundCloud if you'd rather just listen. We're on Twitter at All Sports Weekly, and you can email me directly at allsportsweekly@outlook.com. Leave a comment, that sort of thing. Interact if anything you want us to talk about next week, and we'll do our best. Okay, mate. So, what have you been watching this week, mate? Because I think it's probably what I've been watching.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's been one of those weekends just gone. One of the biggest boxing fights of the year, so to speak.
Yep.
The pound for pound superstar of boxing, I guess he could be referred to. Mexican, Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah. So Canelo Alvarez, regarded as the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, took on the undefeated Billy Joe Saunders in a mega fight.
Yeah, it was definitely billed that way to, like both title holders in their own right, in different sanctioning bodies in the same weight class. So one step closer towards Canelo getting all 4 belts in super middleweight division.
Yeah, that's his mission, isn't it?
That is his mission, and that's sort of what, for the purist boxing fans, that's what elevates you to that class above the rest. All 4 titles in your division.
Yeah.
That's
So the fight itself, I'll tell you what I thought of it anyway. Like you sort of predicted when you're on, however many weeks ago.
Yeah.
Saunders, elusive, tricky fighter.
Yeah.
Cagey.
Yeah.
Canelo was always going to have trouble with him.
Yeah.
But when he got punched by Saunders, the punching power wasn't there.
That's the thing.
And you saw it when Canelo hit Saunders, he felt it.
Different story altogether, isn't it? And that was the biggest problem for BJS, in my opinion, was he didn't have enough power to keep Canelo off him and get that respect.
And you called him Feather Fist. Now, I was thinking about that, and I've got to say, it was a little harsh, but you were kind of right. The punching power, there was a stark contrast.
That's the thing. You look at BJS's record and the number of KOs he has, and then you watch his fights, and it's always that same rhetoric of evasive, defensive, counterpunch, pity paddle jabs, make himself look good, but never really doing any significant damage to his opponent. And that was very evident. Canelo just waited his time. He was patient,
and that's the key.
Waited, and
with Canelo, you've got this. He's fast, he's strong, but he's smart too. He's smart. He's not worried about winning every round. He was. I'm going to take my time.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to have to come to me.
Yeah.
In the end, it would have been interesting to see the scorecard because Canelo's going to have the rub of the green.
Yeah.
Every time he just touches you, the crowd goes crazy and the judges get a bit excited.
Yeah.
But I think it was fair to say Saunders was way into that fight. Whether he was in front,
for sure.
But it was definitely close.
Yeah, look.
But it was like one punch in the end that just undid him.
That was the thing. Just fractured orbital, broken eye socket. You can't fight if you can't see.
And were you surprised he didn't come out? Because I know...
to be honest...
The eye didn't look good.
That's the thing. As much as I hate Saunders, that's a potentially... that's a career-ending injury if you keep fighting and, or a life-threatening injury. That's...
And if you can't see out of one eye, you can't beat Canelo.
I think his team... That's the thing. It's hard enough to not get knocked out by Canelo when you can see where the punches are coming from.
Yeah.
If you can't see... You're potentially putting yourself in line for a serious injury. And
it was one big punch, like a side punch, was a right hand, I believe. Got him there, and that was it, and that was the fight.
Textbook uppercut leading in, catching a southpaw. Really, really well done from Canelo. As much as I don't like him, he keeps proving that he's one of the best.
Oh, he's good, mate. Don't worry about that. Now, does he struggle with the southpaw a bit? Because I haven't seen the fight yet. My mate was telling me he struggled with Lara.
Yes,
and that's another southpaw. Arguably lost that fight.
Yep.
Haven't had the time to get around and watch it.
Yeah, look, I'd be interested.
Is the two front feet together, Canelo just a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, look, and it's just one of those things where, as an orthodox fighter, a lot of people just struggle with the angles that the southpaw proposes.
Just different.
And the way the angles work, if the southpaw can time it, the straight left hand coming down the pipe just really works a treat.
I know about it in other sports. Like I personally hate playing tennis against left-handers. It just drives me mad because it's just different and
that same sort of thing.
It shouldn't make a difference, but it does.
Bowling to a left-handed batsman, changing the field every time.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare.
And I'm left-handed. Yeah, so
me too.
Yeah, okay, yes. But I'm right-handed in that stuff. But enough about me. Yeah. So just all in all, I mean, I thought Saunders put in a good show of it, but I don't think there'll be a rematch. I think
I don't think.
I
think he leaves Billy Joe behind. I don't think there's anything to prove from running that over again. I think it, if anything, is just the same result, but in a shorter time frame.
Yep.
I think it was very similar to watching. I don't know if you saw when he fought Amir Khan a few years ago. Amir Khan, super fast hands. Tap 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 tap, made it look really impressive for the first 5 rounds. Round 6. Well, Khan unconscious, snoring.
Yeah.
And I think if this fight had kept going past, I think we were probably going to see a late stoppage either way, whether it was through an injury or through a KO.
And so Saunders didn't come out for the 9th round or the 8th round. I can't remember. But,
it was at the end of the 8th.
Threw in the towel and then, well, hopefully his eyes are right. But
look, no real loss. I don't like the guy.
No,
so.
That's true. But he's someone's O. Well, his O has gone.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Now, just quickly, while we're on boxing, I want to chat about a couple of other topics here. So we've got Cambosis versus Lopez. Now, this is meant to be happening. Cambosis, the Australian fighter, taking on Lopez, Brooklyn's Lopez, meant to meet in June in Miami. But Mayweather is fighting a YouTuber, also in Miami, I believe. Was it in Miami? But in the same weekend, that June 5th.
Same weekend.
So, but not the same city. They'd be fighting in Vegas, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Right. It was June 6th, I think.
And the idea is that the Cambosis camp are like, well, we can't go up against Mayweather and a YouTuber. We'll move the fight back.
That's the thing.
A fortnight.
Yeah, when you've got.
Does that matter?
Well, when you're looking at pay-per-views, I think the thinking is no one wants to pay for 2 fights in one weekend.
I get it.
People
they're not cheap, especially over there, are they?
Especially not when Mayweather's fighting. You're probably looking at $60 to $100.
Just quickly, why is Mayweather fighting a YouTuber? Why? I mean, I know money's...
It's all to do with money, but it's...
Hasn't he got enough money? He's Mayweather.
I think he must have some bad habits or, a pretty lavish lifestyle that needs...
I know it's an exhibition and it's not a fight and it won't count on Mayweather's record on that, but can you imagine if he got knocked out by a YouTuber?
Well, yeah, it's a real... But you look at Mayweather's career and there's a lot of speculation amongst people that he always did pretty well at picking his opponents and fighting them at the right time,
Yeah, I mean, CV it's the who's who.
It is, yeah.
So,
but if you look into it closely, a lot of the guys he fought them at the tail end of their careers when they weren't necessarily...
Pacquiao, the obvious one.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man. I've seen Mayweather fight pretty much everybody. Maybe.
I think
he never travelled.
No.
You went to him.
Yeah, that's
and you fought him when he told you he'd fight you.
With his gloves, with his rehydration rules.
Yeah.
Like, he's... Yeah.
I remember when he rocked up to the weigh and eating a Big Mac that time. That was pretty good.
Like, got to give it to him. He could sell a fight. And he could back it up.
Yeah,
He just didn't have the most entertaining style for the casual fan.
No, but
for anyone that appreciates how hard it is to avoid being punched by another professional, he is the blueprint.
He fought 50 fights and he got punched once.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Never knocked down. Yeah, never stopped.
All right, mate. So just quickly on boxing while we're there, Tim Tszyu looks like he is going to fight Zarafa.
Yeah.
This is the obvious 2 Australians. Let's see who wins this, and then they go abroad. Correct?
Well, so it's more essentially a case of Team Tszyu wanting to get a big international opponent over here, but not being able to secure that. They made a few big offers, but no one's wanting to come.
But they got to go over there, mate.
They do. That's what it comes down to. You got to go into the champs' backyard.
You've got to go there. I mean, Australia is a small boxing country.
Yeah.
You've beaten who's been in front of him, but you've got no name in the world of boxing yet.
That's right.
You've got to go over there and win a few, haven't you?
And well, Tim's in a unusual position where he's ranked quite high in 3 of the 4 major sanctioning bodies. So he's a high risk fight for little reward for a lot of other guys in that
like
top
this
tier.
guy, there's no money in it and he's probably pretty good. I don't want to take that fight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could impact on my future potential earnings.
I think that a fighter like Tim Tszyu should say, I'm going to go and fight anyone wherever you want. That would be the mindset I would like to see.
Yes.
Instead of saying, hey, we'll come over here.
Yeah.
You go over there.
And I think one of the things that has helped him get to the point he is now, but will also maybe hinder him a bit, is that he's being managed by the same team as his dad. So they've been there before. They know how to play the game in regards to negotiating fights. And they basically want to have their cake and eat it too. They want someone to come and bring the belt over to him. It's not how it works.
You go and win a few over there and then they'll come to you. But
that's it.
Yeah. All right. And just quickly, mate, I'm hearing about this Dempsey McKean, who's a Ipswich-based young heavyweight.
Yeah.
I think he's 20-0 or something.
Yeah. Should
he fight our boy Justice Hooney?
Oh, look.
Would Hooney want that fight?
I don't think either of them would want that fight at this stage in their careers. They're both potentially going to get into the international, go overseas for a big payday fight at some point. So I don't think in either of their interests, fighting is going to do anything other than give the fans a good show, which is what I think boxing should be about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is a business. It's how they make a living.
No one wants to lose.
And it's not a sport where you have a long lifespan on your career. So I don't think, as much as it would be good to see, I just don't think it will eventuate. I think they'll both try to go overseas and cash in there.
All right, mate. We're going to move along. Bit of rugby.
Yeah. It's good to give me the poke along because I talk about boxing all night.
Oh no, mate! It's like I could keep going too, but we got a lot here.
Yeah,
mate.
We do got some good stuff too.
The Reds, they've won the Super Rugby Australian final. I was out there doing a bit of field research.
Yeah, nice.
I kept all the receipts.
For
the drinks and the $7. Coca-Cola, and it was amazing. So tax write off. But thrilling. Yes, mate. Mid-strength for $10. A thrilling 19-16 win at the death over the Brumbies.
How good's that?
Look, the game itself was scrappy. It was slow. There was stoppages. It wasn't a game that you would set the world on fire. Honestly, to be honest. But the ending was like drama. I don't know if you saw. It was 6 minutes past the finish of the game. Reds in injury time, just keep going. I mean, the atmosphere at the end, it was wild. Yeah, and they ended up scoring in the 86th minute.
And that's what got them over the line. Yeah. See, I saw the score and I went, oh, that's a good close game. Yeah. But I honestly didn't get to see any of the highlights.
42,000 there. It was free to air on the main Channel 9 channel. They actually moved it to Channel 9 and not Gem. It's definitely a little shot in the arm for rugby. It was a great experience to be there. The game was meh, but no, it was good, and there was a bit of controversy as well. The officialdom in rugby has got itself into this bind where. What is called a high shot or what is called it is
the shoulder charge and
I'm telling you,
I think it was the Rugby World Cup was the first sort of glimpse at how silly some of these rule changes are, and I think it's good that they're trying to protect player safety.
Of course. But mate, some of these hits wouldn't knock the top off a beer.
And guys getting red card for just doing a good carry where they allegedly lift their arm in a dangerous manner, that is just an absolute joke.
And we are now trialling a system. I saw this not this weekend, just gone the one before. Red cards, we're trialling a system. It is now 20 minutes in the bin and you come back. So imagine this, you get a red card, but you can come back in 20 minutes. Sorry, that's not exactly true. That player can't come back,
but they can replace
another player can come back in 20 minutes.
See,
so it is another player. It isn't the player.
Yeah.
But a player, you're not disadvantaged. So is that a recognition of like, hey, these red cards are going to be coming out like every week?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just weird, and I think
it was one of the time they take to review these decisions also is a big thing that impacts on the...
Takes forever.
As a viewer, you're like, just make a decision.
There's a lot of stoppages. I thought the Reds were done to try on the TMO. At the end, the Brumbies had 3 players yellow carded. Yeah. And some of them were contentious. Yeah. The referee had a lot to do with this game.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was one of those ones that honestly...
Maybe a Queensland-born boy.
Mate, yeah, well, there was some talk of a knock-on at the end, but the TMO didn't have this camera. And the officialdom of rugby is in a bind. Okay, and I don't know what... They've made it really complicated.
Yeah.
But anyway, and just on a side note, the Crusaders have won the New Zealand Super Rugby final 24-13. They win all the time. They've won again.
Mate, you just you don't even need to check anymore, do you? You just
you're going to be a force. And there's a bit of I made a bit of an error last week. I said there was like a Champions League sort of thing. There is a full Trans-Tasman comp about to happen, where all the teams go into like a little thing and play off and that. So
nice one.
Yeah,
like
I wasn't sure if
like with the AFL, they're a little bubble and they all just
yeah. So there's some New Zealand teams coming here. We're going over there, and we'll see. I saw enough the other night to know that the Aussie teams are going to struggle against New Zealand.
Yeah,
and I mean struggle.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the Reds, the cup is home, and there you go.
Right, yeah. Ride that glory.
Yes. Now, we're quickly going to talk about cricket. Now, the IPL has been abandoned. COVID outbreak in India is full on.
I was surprised they carried on as long as they did.
Yeah.
You know.
The bubble has been breached. Cricketers have got it.
Mr. Cricket.
Mr. Cricket, Michael Hussey. A war of words has erupted with regards to these cricketers coming home. They want to come home. The public aren't liking it, right? ScoMo's had a bit to say. Michael Slater's lost his mind. Blood on your hands and all this stuff.
When he's in the Maldives.
Yeah. So, look, this is my opinion. People who, whether you like it or not, these cricketers have got a lot of money and they have means. Now, they have the means to charter planes to get home.
That's
right?
It. Yeah.
The average guy in India or whatever doesn't. That is life, guys. They are entitled to get home if they have the means to do it. Then and they're quarantining and they're doing all that.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. If you were wealthy in a COVID-stricken area, you would do the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. And if you had someone like Cricket Australia that was going to pay your bill,
they're going to pay for it all and whatever.
You?
The double standard. I don't know what the fans are saying. Oh, well, they should stay there and they should die or whatever. But I will say this, and this was a point that a friend raised to me. The Australian cricket team didn't want to go to South Africa and play a test series around February, March, whatever, due to COVID concerns.
Yeah.
But they're happy to go to India.
Yes.
So now, what do you say about that?
Yeah, well, that's a bit of...
That's the other side.
Oh, want your cake and eat it too.
Yes. So,
and it's a good reflection of money talks. The IPL is big dollars.
It is big dollars. It's phenomenal dollars.
It's unfathomable how much cricketers can make with that now being such a big, popular league.
I'm sympathetic to them coming home, but I will remember that why they are there is for a lot of money, and they weren't prepared to do that for our country for a test series.
That's right. Yeah.
But then as mercenaries for hire and not play for the Punjabi whatevers, they're happy to do it. So that's something.
Well, that's the thing. It's akin to the SAS fellas being okay with, doing private security work in Baghdad, but not wanting to fight for their country.
Yeah. So anyway, it's contentious. They're in the Maldives. There's nothing going online about it because the optics of being in the Maldives. And there's a bit of rumour that David Warner and Michael Slater have come to blows. Well, that is unconfirmed. Unconfirmed, but you heard it here. That's going to come out in the wash.
Who would you pick for that? Surely Warner would have him.
I hope it's a draw.
Yeah.
All right, now, quickly, mate, moving along, AFL. Richmond have copped a hiding at the hands of Geelong. They are 4-4.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
End of an era, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think Richmond have done their dash.
Is it the other teams catching up?
I think so. I think other teams have figured out their style and have come up with good strategies against them to mitigate that pressure play that they like to go into the games with, and teams are just beating them at their own game,
I've had a couple of people on this couch and they were sort of very wary of Richmond in September. the memories, you're sort of happy
Punt
to
road,
say
yeah, look,
they're not going to win it?
Oh yeah, I'll happily go out and say I don't think they're going to get the flag.
This is recorded, so remember this.
Yeah, lay it on me. I also hate Richmond, so that does help my decision.
Okay. Now the Lions have taken another. I mean, they beat Fremantle at home, but they also strangled Port.
Yeah.
They flogged Essendon, and that was,
Yeah.
They're winning well at home. I watched them, and I don't exactly know why. Why are they so hard to beat at the Gabba?
Yeah, look, I don't know if it's as much a case of them playing really well or teams not travelling. I can't.
Teams don't like to come there.
Yeah, it's almost a bit of a cauldron, isn't it? Like it's like the House of Pain in Dunedin. It's a bit of
they've got a big game. Richmond's coming up here in a couple of weeks, and that's like you were just saying. I don't know. Like they've been Brisbane's bogey team, but
might be a good opportunity to do a bit more field work. I think
I might have to do some research, mate. Yeah. Yes, and quickly, mate, you're a Collingwood supporter. No one's perfect. Don't worry about it. Yes or no, mate? Will Nathan Buckley survive this year? Will he be the coach in the last game of this season?
Look, I think being the favoured son that he is, I wouldn't be surprised if they let him see out his contract.
Is this the last year of his contract?
It is the last year.
Okay.
He's hoping to extend it, but obviously they're going to enter into those discussions later in the year. Mm-hmm. But there's obviously the Collingwood fans and the purists. They want his head. The team's not performing, and a big Melbourne-based club not performing.
It's big
such a big supporter base.
Mm-hmm.
Someone wants someone to crucify. And his trade decisions have left a lot of people not happy with him. Getting rid of
the
Treloar.
list management is...
we're paying $300,000 a year for Treloar to get 35 plus disposals for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
And Jaden Stevenson is playing the house down. He's playing for North Melbourne, but he's their best on field almost every week.
Yep. So you didn't answer the question. So you're saying he will...
I think he'll be there, but...
Yep.
I think he's on borrowed time.
It'll depend on the next.
Yeah, I think it. Yes, I think definitely if we have another 5 or 6 losses in a row, he'll be.
Especially to teams that are perceived to be down the bottom.
Yeah, but if we can scrape through and be on the fringes, they'll let him see it out.
All right, mate. Going to quickly change to English Premier League.
Yeah.
Now, some results just on the weekend. Man City have lost to Chelsea. Now, if Man City had have won that game, they would have won the title.
Yeah.
They've lost.
I thought they were pretty close.
And Man United have beaten Aston Villa. So technically, it's still alive. There's 10 points still. I mean, it's a
win-lose situation.
But the Chelsea Man City thing is important, which I'll talk about in a minute. Leicester have been beaten by Newcastle, which makes their top 4 just that little bit more perilous.
Yeah.
And to back that up, Leeds have beaten Tottenham 3-1.
Yeah. So
with Liverpool winning, I think they beat Southampton. That top 4 for Liverpool is still a goer if they keep winning.
Yeah.
So those teams in the top 4, Man U was the only team in that won.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, and Chelsea, I should say. But out of the top 5, a few losses there.
Yeah.
It's getting tight.
Yeah.
But Man City need to just win one more game to win the comp. It would be amazing.
How many more games left in the regular
season? For
them,
they've got 3 more games, or 4, I think. 3, and we've got 4. We've got a game in hand, but you'd have to say
you'd think it'd be pretty hard for the City to lose from there, given they've probably only lost 2 or 3 games all season.
That's true. But Man City are going to play Chelsea in the Champions League final, which...
All English Champions League final.
Now, all English final with probably 2 English players between them.
Yeah, that's right.
Owned by Saudi Arabia and Russia. How proud must you be to be a Brit right now? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, they'll be loving that down on... what's that wanky street in Chelsea they all...
Kingsway.
Yeah.
Sloane Square.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be loving it. Yeah, so, I mean, Man City... This is the one that they crave. They've had the Saudi owners for a decade now.
Yeah.
That's the one they crave.
Yeah.
Chelsea have just beaten them. Interesting. It'll be a big game.
I would love to see the Blues.
Go Chelsea.
Yeah.
But it's all English final. Real Madrid knocked out. And just in the Europa League, mate. Now you're an Arsenal supporter, and for a minute there, I thought that my beloved Man U was going to play Arsenal. Man U absolutely spanked Roma and went through 5-8. We beat them 6-2 at home in the first leg. You guys have fallen over to Villarreal, and Man U's going to play Villarreal in the Europa League final.
You'd think Man U would be a short price favourite, but those Spanish clubs, they rally and,
I think what's key there is if Man U do win that, one of the prizes you get is automatic entry into the Champions League, which I think could have the effect of the 5th place in England getting that spot.
Yeah.
That might be, and I need to look into that, but I think in years gone by, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
So finishing 5th might be enough this year. Yeah. Liverpool fans, if you're watching this, you're welcome.
Yeah.
No worries. Now, listen, mate, we're going to talk some...
You'll never walk alone.
Yeah. now, we've got some comments of the week here. This is in the context of NRL.
Yeah.
So, Richard Berry here, friend of the show, he's been on here. Yeah. He's a Raiders supporter.
Oh, poor guy.
The problem with the NRL is that the leadership team have been incapable and too gutless to address the reason for the rule changes, and that is the cheating of the wrestle for near on 15 years.
Yeah.
It's as if the only solution to reducing the slowdown of the ruck and deliberate standing offside has been to attack all legitimate fabrics of the game.
Oof.
There is no more place for big forwards, leaping wingers, attacking kicks, tactical game management of being able to wrestle momentum or slow the clock down. And this is sort of what he's trying to say. It's all decided by a 6 again, unaccountable discretion of a peanut in the middle with a whistle. We have replaced all styles and shapes of players and created a single prototype requirement to succeed, and there's no other way to play the game. Didn't miss.
Ooh.
So he's not a fan of the 6
Shots
again.
fired.
And I think is all I'm hearing as well as the refs giving the 6 again, which I think's been complimented and sped the game up.
Yeah.
But no one knows what it's for. Like,
yeah.
What was that for? What was it for?
Yeah. They don't do a great job with. Same with the AFL when they introduce rule changes. They don't do a great job of letting people know why they're doing it. They just go, "We're doing this," and then you got to kind of figure it out for yourself.
They're not afraid to change rules. Like every year, even mid-year, they change NRL rules.
Yeah.
So, Richards. I mean, he's got a point. I think the wrestle was a blight on the game, and I think everyone wants the game to speed up.
Yeah.
But now maybe there's just kind of this one way to play.
Yeah.
And that's maybe what he's saying. So it's an interesting something to think about. Anyone watching this, feel free to leave a comment. Tony Droney has left a comment just basically, but we've talked about a lot of concussion lately and stuff.
Yeah.
He's not heard one person in the league or the media mention headgear at all. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I've heard anecdotally headgear doesn't really do a lot to stop head injuries.
Not
Is
at
that
all.
True?
In amateur boxing, they've actually removed headgears because they were finding that you're actually more prone to closed head injuries because you're able to take multiple blows.
Yes.
And it's more brain getting rattled around inside your skull. So
I have heard headgear is been proven to not really do much.
It has,
Yeah, so
boxing has definitely moved away from headgears in amateur competitions, whereas it used to always be you had to have headgear.
Because like in NFL, they have a helmet, but that's a whole different thing.
It is, yeah.
Okay, all right. Canberra have lost another game, mate. There's leaks.
Oof.
It's all coming out.
Yeah, Sticky
Dirty
Ricky
laundry.
And old mate Smisso on Instagram.
Yeah.
And, there's some shots fired there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, it does seem like there's a bit of disharmony there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Canberra in trouble?
I think they are. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lastly, Eels beat the Roosters, some dirty play, and Dylan Brown, mate, how did he not get sent off? He's given him a pneumo.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it?
Dirty. It was late, intentional, not.
Yeah.
Not even put on report at the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm surprised they didn't review it after the fact, and but it is what it is, I guess.
I think you're lucky to stay on there, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, shorter time.
Yeah.
1 hot minute.
Oi.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Will Paul Gallen fight Justice Herney?
Yeah, for the right price.
Was Dylan Brown giving him a pneumo deliberate or careless, and what should the penalty be?
Deliberate, careless, 6 weeks.
Should the West Tigers keep Maguire?
Mate, they got no hope. They need to change everything.
Are the West Coast flat track bullies?
Yes. Hate West Coast.
Will North Melbourne win one game this year?
I think they will, yeah. They might beat the Suns or someone, yeah, or Hawthorn.
And should the Olympics be happening this year?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they just need to maybe put it on hold. I don't think it's going to do anyone any favours. I don't really want to watch half of the best play half of the best.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they should just put it off.
That's it. All we've got time for. Run short again.
Yeah.
Happy to get you on another night. Thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.
Talk to you next week.